Hello everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to a video that I'm calling Moving Music, at least for now. May change by the time I post this, so we'll have to wait and see. But a lot of you guys know I just recently moved from New York City to New Jersey. I got unpacked and everything about 3 months back, did it right away. However, I'm now moving my mom from Florida up here with me. And that home was my childhood home, so all the stuff from my childhood is coming up here. So I'm finding boxes that I haven't seen the contents of in 25 years. 1997 was the last time that I lived at home. So I've got a bunch of these boxes and I thought it'd be really fun to be going through these with you for the first time and seeing what's inside these things. So let's go ahead and dive on in and see what we've got in this box here. Rare appearance by Noodle there coming on by for those of you that like to see him. And he's certainly having fun. He loves going through all these boxes and everything. Oh wow, look at this. I didn't even realize this. So this is kind of a cool thing here. Scrapbook, okay. Let's see what's on front here. Handwritten list of bands and groups that I've met. I've since put one of these into my iPhone, but I forgot I had even done this. Made a scrapbook of different concerts and things that I had seen. So articles from the paper. That's a stage setup of the stadium where Pink Floyd had performed. Of course, that's a photocopy of my ticket because I didn't want to glue the real one in here. Things about, there were articles in the paper about how the stage was built, that it took 3 semi-trucks, you know, and that they had 3 separate stages touring the country and all that kind of stuff. White Zombie show. Real set list, that is the real ticket from it. The Obsessed, oh look, you know, there was a map they were handing out from for parking. 98 Rock was the radio station, and you can see, there you go, if I move my fingers, Pearl Jam, the radio station used to do stuff like that. Lollapalooza, seeing Alice in Chains. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, I'm going to get onto some other stuff, but I'm just curious. Candlebox, opening for Rush. You know, funny thing is, I don't even remember seeing Candlebox. I don't know that they are listed on my list of bands I've seen in my phone. I'm going to have to go through this and see. Hey, I know some of you guys are fans of Ween. Asked about whether I like Ween. I saw them back a long time ago. Wow. Oh, man, I cannot wait to go through this whole thing. Okay, I'm putting that down because we're really here for the music, but that thing is so cool. I totally forgot I had made one of those. Well, you guys know I'm a big fan of Pink Floyd. Cool book here. Man, this has been a long time too since I've seen any of this, but have fun going through that. Apparently 10% off from Barnes & Nobles at the time when I picked that up. Ozzy Osbourne. Is this a Todd McFarlane figure? Yes, it is. There you go, you can see it. We know it's old because the whole thing of plastic is discolored on this. Man, some of the stuff I just haven't seen in so long. Very cool. I want to get to the music. That was just the stuff on top. Black Crowes Twice as Hard CD single picture disc. Never opened. Actually have 2 of these, which is why I did this. This is back in the day, you know, when you're a teen and you're kind of like, oh, that's going to be super rare and a lot, and you go ahead and buy 2 of something, and it's probably not worth the $12.94 that I paid for it at the time, but I like it. I'm going to keep it. It's actually, I realize now that I think I like this more because of this being the way that they stored CDs. Ones that didn't come in long boxes. I've been sort of setting up a museum of different musical formats and how they're done. So you know what? I'm going to put that aside and stick that with it. All right, another Black Crowes item. 3 Snakes and One Charm. I believe this is all 45s of the album, 2 songs a piece. What I really enjoyed it for was getting this, which allows you to play the 45. Looks like the 3 Snakes and One Charm, that's on the cover. Put that on, and then of course you get a poster in it, and then yeah, the whole album in 45s, 2 tracks a piece on it. Guess we must have 6 of those in there in order to cover the whole album. So that's cool. That was one of my first forays into vinyl. Got into that on a few unique things like that with bands I like. Faith No More, I think, doing the exact same thing here. This one, don't know if it came with a sticker or I just put that in there, but yep, you can see the stuff there. So very cool. 45 of Nothing But a Good Time, but it came in a box. This was because it had a B-side. Has this, oh cool, has some postcards in this thing. Nothing But a Good Time with an unreleased song on the B-side of it. Same thing for Warrant. Cherry Pie had the B-side for Thin Disguise on it, so I picked that up. Let's see if there's any. Oh, it says 3 postcards and a badge. If I can get my fingers in these things. Sometimes these things were always very difficult to open. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with these things and remember that, but there we go. There's the postcards. Oh, badges and a button. But I always like that as the album cover for that. Or when I say album, single cover, I should say. All right. Queensryche, Silent Lucidity, band member Prince, and logo stencil. And what's this? Huh? Something's not even related to it. This thing has something to do with the Titanic. I'm going to put that aside, make sure I have that. Oh, look at that. I didn't even recall this. There's that stencil. If you can see it, I don't know if I can get it to reflect properly. It doesn't look like it with the light because I never punched out the letters. I forgot that I met, well, not, I remember meeting them. I forgot that I took each of these prints to have them sign. Or that's right, I only met these two. The band split up, not split up, but separated to do different towns on the day of release for Promised Land. And I took these prints in to have them signed. I should get those framed, although I'd hate breaking up the package here. Can you guys see Noodle coming through here? Very explorative cat and loves boxes. I'm half surprised he hasn't jumped in the box. All right, we're getting into, oh, my REM limited editions. Oh, I got them all. Oh, I think I have them all here. Okay, so New Adventures in Hi-Fi. Book that came out like that. Man, I haven't seen some of these in forever. They always did really good ones. One of the first bands to do so many of these things. Now you probably saw some of these with me and Anthony going through this in his store at Sound Exchange, so I'm not going to spend too long opening and closing these things. A hard wood box with the REM logo carved in the top. Then we have Out of Time, and when you untie, you open this thing up, and there were postcards and stuff in that one. Monster. This little thing slides off. I think I can get it. Yeah, it easily comes off, so I'll go ahead and thumb through this one real briefly. Just give you guys an idea of it. Most of their stuff centered around just, book style, cool photos, fleshing out, more than what you would get in a regular booklet for the band. This one was always one of my favorites. The packaging on this, it comes out of the plastic, cardboard opens, and it's a sort of, I guess we call it landscape style book. It could have been a portrait style. It's been so long. But I liked that the REM, that's the logo on the box, and then this is the colored plastic, and when you take it out, it was different. I've been wondering where this was. Guess it was back home in Florida. John Bon Jovi Destination Anywhere limited edition book. Whoop, stuff is dropping out. Looks like it was a Japanese book, and I guess that's what this is here. I like to keep the hype stickers even when I can't read them. CD, if I recall, had 2 bonus tracks, and that's why I wanted it. But there's the booklet, there's the CD in it, and then all of that. Nope, can't read the lyrics or any of the info. I always hated that. Loved Japanese albums, but hate that I could never read the stuff that was in there. Wish they, with them knowing that so many people import those things, I don't know why they don't do an English and Japanese inside the booklets every time. Oh, Michael Jackson, Dangerous. I love this. Watch this. This is really cool if you've never seen it. And the CD's down on the bottom like that. And if I put this down just for a minute, I'll lift it back up here. Underneath this was the booklet. And you can see, oh, I've got the receipt in here from this. So I bought this from a store called Vinyl Museum. Does it have the date? January 30th, 1992. And I paid a total of $21.40 for this thing. It cost $19.98. That is really good for a limited edition when regular CDs were would be $18.98. And you get this limited edition one that pops up like that. See, it's three-dimensional. Ah, I love that. Despite any issues or things that he may or may not have done, I'm just focusing on the music. I like the music. I'm not going to get into all that other stuff. Another missing box set, but look at that. All their signatures on there. So now I have to really think about this. I obviously met the entire band at one point. I definitely remember for Promised Land meeting just Jeff Tate and Chris DeGarmo. But I have all 5 signatures on here, so I'm going to have to really give that some good thought. This is what's so cool. That scrapbook and this stuff is going to remind me of a bunch of bands that I've met more than once or seen more bands than I recall at this point. So it's going to bring back great memories of that stuff. I'm super excited. Oh, look at these. Man. All right, if you haven't seen, I'm going to come back to that one if you didn't already see me pull it out. I must have taken everything when I met Queensryche that time. Look, I mean, I got these box sets signed, best I can, 10-inch single, has a 40-inch banner poster and a badge. And I guess that's what they called these pins. I've never called those badges. That's a pin to me. But that's in there. Oh, there's something really good in the bottom of this box. Now the one all autographed again. Jet City Woman with Empire Live and Walk in the Shadows Live, giant poster, and Donington 91 laminate. Man, I've always been a sucker for these things. You know, you never see boxes for things anymore, but that was a big deal back then. All right, let's get back to this one. Megadeth, special limited edition 10-inch box for Skin on My Teeth. So it includes a single plus a previously unavailable tracks. You get the Holy Wars, the General Schwarzkopf mix, and High Speed Dirt Live. Okay, here's the thing that I really like about this, and I don't see it in here, so I think I've got another one of these somewhere else. It has the passes in here, and this is an integral part of the Megadeth game, and remarks on it from Mustaine himself. Megadeth created a board game, and if you collected all of the singles like this from Countdown to Extinction, you could play a Megadeth board game. There was a, thing that unfolded. There's the passes or the cards, and I think you just used regular dice or something with it. But I collected these to be able to make the Megadeth board game. Of course, today it's just a digital thing. They've probably even done digital games since then, But Megadeth has always been on the cutting edge of stuff like that. The last time with Dystopia, doing the 3D viewer as a limited edition. You put your iPhone in and you could get 3D views of the video and stuff like that. All right, now down here, see, I was wondering about these. I had not found them yet, wasn't too sure, was really worried that they could have been damaged or something like that. Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, still sealed, original 1987 pressing, before it was censored, never made it to CD this way. Robert Williams, is the artist, and man, the hype sticker on that, Sweet Child of Mine and Welcome to the Jungle as featured in the Deadpool. I'm very happy about that. I didn't actually realize it was still sealed. I thought it had been opened, but I guess I decided not to. And that is worth a lot. Original pressing, at least $100. I'm gonna have to look it up and see, but I've seen it go for at least 100. Just in regular stores, but it may be worth even more. This is a favorite. This is probably going to get framed. Great White, Hooked, the uncensored album cover. Not only is that just a great album cover as a teenage boy growing up in the early 90s, But look at the signatures, and they didn't hide any of her part. They did it around it. Sometimes bands sign things and they cover the best parts of album covers or whatever, and then it looks really bad. I've got some album covers that got signed and I don't like the way they look. And I think one of them in particular is AC/DC Stiff Upper Lip, the way that it got signed. But they did it well. They signed around it. I can clearly see all the signatures. Mark Kendall would be the only one I would have wanted to move out and around, but these still look really good. So that's awesome. Been wondering where that was for a very long time. One of the very first artists I ever met, Rat. And Stephen Piercy signed. In fact, I think they're all on here, but they're in black ink. His was the only one in the gold that can be seen. And Robin Crosby signed on the back right there. This was an interview disc. And unfortunately, Stephen and Robin got mad at me for buying it. But I was just like, let's see, this would have been like 1990. I would have been 13 or 14 at the time. I didn't know what was bootleg and not bootleg. I just thought it was a cool picture. It was an interview. It was limited to 2,500 copies. I was so proud of this. I brought it. It was my favorite, Rat item at the time. And unfortunately, they gave me crap for it. It made me feel really bad. Kind of ruined my love of Rat for a while, but Steven made up for it later. One time later I met him and I brought all my stuff after a show and he signed everything for me. Amorica, original album cover, again before getting censored. Oh, Motley Crue Without You picture disc. And poster on the back side. Again, love that. Picture disc is on the inside of it. Sorry, I don't have it immediately out and available to show you on that. Pantera, Far Beyond Driven. Crazy album cover there. And then, I got my Doors, Full Circle. Loved having these for a long time, having these before getting them reissued on CD. This was the only way. And a perfect one to finish this off on. Other Voices. Great Doors albums. No, they're not the Jim Morrison era quality and so forth, but good music nonetheless. I was always a fan of Krieger and Manzarek, so getting more stuff that Krieger and Manzarek did, icing on the cake for me. So, all right, everyone. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, going through my moving music and unboxing this stuff that I haven't seen in 25 years. I think you can probably tell by the grin on my face how excited I am for getting some of this stuff back in my collection with me. And yeah, I'm going to go off and enjoy some of it. So stick around and tune in for some more videos like this that will be popping up from time to time. All right, everyone, take care, have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.